Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Central Midwest Football League. It's playoff time here in Joplin, Missouri, as we're at Missouri Southern State University here at Fred G. Hughes Stadium. My name's Carter Randolph alongside Gary Joyce, and we are going to be here for you throughout the entire game as the 7-1 Joplin Crusaders take on the 7-1 Wichita Skyhawks. Should be a good one, folks, and we'll be back right with the action right after this.
Semipro Saturdays brought to you in part by 950 Ways Graphics. Professional graphics for players, coaches, and teams. Trust the pros at 950 Ways Graphics and look them up on Facebook at 950 Ways Graphics.
It's about that time, folks. The national anthem's about to wrap up, and we are about to get underway. Skyhawks, Crusaders, about to get underway here. And it's me, Carter Randolph, alongside Gary Joyce. And Gary, a lot of big names here in this one. Kendall Holmes leading the way for the Crusaders. Javante Stewart, Ira Autry leading the way for the Skyhawks. What do you see happening here in this one?
Hey, it's that famed matchup, number one offense in the league versus number one defense in the league. It should be an exciting matchup, man. I'm excited. Kendall is lightning, but that front seven for the Skyhawks is deadly, and allowing 28 points on the season says all it needs to say right there. So I expect exciting one.
Oh, yeah, almost unbelievable. I mean, 28 points all season is what this Skyhawks defense has given up. And like you said, Kendall Holmes, he's had a great season, but this will probably be the biggest test for him, and it couldn't have come at a worse time here in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, welcome to the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Here you go, buddy. Week one, you get to go against the best defense in the league. Mm-hmm. But to be fair, Kendall's done nothing but play this year. I mean, he's performed well all year. He had a rough outing against the Bears, but as you see here, a little playoff. Got the playoff bracket coming up here, kind of how everything's shaking out. This is a big game because the winner here goes on down to Oklahoma City and faces the Bears again. So neither one of these teams fared lightly or fared well against the Bears, I should say. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, plenty of good football there on that screen as the Cyclones and the St. Louis Falcons, sorry about that, folks, are underway right now, and it is 8-0 in the third quarter. Cyclones are on top, so some of the games are already underway, but right now we're worried about the Joplin Crusaders and the Wichita Skyhawks, as it looks like the coin toss is done. It looks like the Crusaders will be kicking first. Skyhawks wanted the ball, it seems, and we're about to get underway. That defense is going to have to wait there for the Skyhawks, see if they can put up some points early.
Yeah, well, we're going to see right off the bat what Kendall's going to be able to do offensively. Well, maybe. Yeah, there we go. All right, so Joplin will be receiving. So, yeah, we'll see right off the get-go what Kendall's able to do against the front seven. Looks like Wichita traveled well. It's the playoffs, so you expect that. I know Wichita's coached really well. Long history against Wichita myself. Daryl Nave, Coach Nev, and Coach Hartfield over there. Guy's been around a long time.
Yeah.
I've coached a lot of games against them, and I've always struggled a little bit against them defensively. They're sound. They're solid, and they always come to play. So I'm just excited, man. Playoff football is what it's all about. So I'm fired up, man.
It's about that time. I know it's been a long time coming, but we are about to get kicked off here. And you're right, we're going to see that front seven from this Skyhawks team here early, see if Kendall Holmes can make any adjustments here. So it looks like Charles West is going to try and get the outside and ends up stepping out of bounds at around the 40. As Kendall Holmes is going to get good starting field position here on his first drive.
Yeah, starting right there at the 39-yard line. It's always a good spot to be offensively. Joplin's offensive line, again, as we talked about last game here, very seasoned, very good. Big Taylor Warner up there, Lamonte Powell, Mr. Shaw, all those guys. Seasoned group, veteran group. And Joplin's going to lean on those guys against this front seven. They're going to have to, because if not, it'll be a long night for Kendall and the offense. But I expect good things from this offensive line. I think really that's the battle of the night right there is the front five versus the Skyhawks front four and front seven altogether. So we'll see what they do here early, see what they're after.
Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of trench warfare here in this one as Kendall Holmes going to do a little play action and gets wrapped up still on his feet, though. Breaks another tackle, just flips it out there to Charles West. And can he make the corner? Yes, he can. I think he's going to break away. And that's a touchdown on the first play, Gary.
Yeah, right. I mean, perfect example of the front seven. They have him tackled for a 5-yard loss. And then Kendall's magic comes in. He gets himself out of it and throws a backyard touchdown play to number 3. Here's a replay. And you see, and Mr. West is down the sideline pulling away from people for the score. So there's a little snippet of what we talked about all pregame, a great front seven and Kendall's magic ability to get away from the rush. And, I mean, right there, that's it in a nutshell.
Yes,
crazy.
No doubt. Skyhawks defense has to be kicking themselves. I mean, they had him dead to rights, and he ends up breaking 3 more tackles. My goodness, but it looks like going to go for it here.
Kicking the
PAT, yeah.
Man, that was crazy.
Yes, it was.
5-yard plus loss by the front seven, a little zone read play. Kendall pulls it and makes magic happen. Unbelievable.
Been doing it all season, but we thought this would be a little different as the kicker, Trevor Sourjohn, kicks it right into the butt of his kicker. If they return it, that's 2 points. The Crusaders going to take him down. Trevor Sourjohn, the kicker, takes him down. That's going to be a missed PAT. It's 6-0 here early. Yeah, 1 play, 1 touchdown. Crazy start here at Missouri Southern State University.
28 seconds into the game, and the defense has given up 28 points all year, has given up 7. 28 seconds into it. So, man, who knows? A game that coming in, I'm thinking is going to be 21-14 or something. We get 7 points scored in 28 seconds. So, man, what do you expect? I expect nothing else other than craziness like that on a Saturday night in the CMFL. So.
Yeah, and I was going to talk about, I thought I'd have a little more time to talk about it, but I was wondering if this Wichita team would be a little bit sluggish coming in here because, I mean, most of these Joplin players have a 30, 45-minute drive, nothing special. But Wichita, man, that's a little bit of a trek. Not too bad, but still kind of a adventure nonetheless. So I'm
Yeah, across the state there, southern side of Kansas, over here to Joplin, and that's a boring drive at that.
Oh, yeah.
So not only is it a long haul, it's a boring drive. And I'm sure, in semi-pro football, the number one thing as a coach that you hate is time away, right? You always want to be playing, you want to be active, and Joplin had the bye last week. They earned the bye, but Kansas was supposed to play, and I bet you that was a good thing. They were expecting, they wanted to have happen, and then they ended up receiving a forfeit. So I'm sure, that's playing to their sluggish a little bit, right now, as you can see, just some small miscues here and there. So we'll see what Wichita's offense can do, which is not a strong point of them as their offensive production. But who knows? Maybe they can get something going here. Looks like we got a.
And I don't know if you saw that, Gary. That was a little bit of football IQ right there. If number 12 lets that go roll out of bounds, they get that ball at the 40. But instead he picks it up right at the white line and ends up dropping it at the 12. Or getting dropped down at the 12. So long way to go here for the Skyhawks offense. But we'll see if Javante Stewart can get things started here.
Yep, 1st and 10 right here. We are ready to get it going. Again, who knows who knows? I thought I knew what was going to happen with the defense had only given up 28 points, but I don't. So who knows? Maybe Wichita's offense is high flying today.
Mm-hmm. I know the Skyhawks have some athletes. Javante Stewart, the cute quarterback, one of them. So they're going to motion one of their receivers again. They're just going to hand it off right down the middle, little inside zone for a loss of 1, I believe. Going to be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, I mean, and we a lot of talk about Wichita's front seven starting of the game, and that's no disrespect to Joplin's front seven. I mean, they're no slouch either. They play hard, they play fast. Their down 4 are exciting. They cause a lot of problems. Braxton Reed is out there causing havoc already. Expect a lot out of him tonight, along with their backers and everybody else. So Joplin's front seven is very formidable. They're not some slubs out there, you know. They show up to play hard every week too.
No doubt. And just to add to that, those linebackers for the Crusaders move coast to coast very well as the Skyhawks try and do a little quick screen. That would have been a forward lateral, I believe. So even if he did get that off, wouldn't have mattered. But they called him down anyway. It's going to be 3rd and about
looks like they gave him a yard on some forward progress.
Really? I didn't think they
3rd
gave him
and
that.
11, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
3rd and 11 here.
3rd and 11, 3rd and 12. Not the way the Skyhawks offense wanted to start. But we did talk about that a little pregame. The Skyhawks offense has had a little bit of inconsistency. They aren't always there, and sometimes it takes them a couple quarters to get going. But in this big first-round playoff game, they need a hot start, and they need it fast.
Yeah, especially with their little breakdown defensively. Ooh.
Could have been picked there by number 1, Dougie Moore, but
check out the replay here. He actually has 2 receivers open, too, if they turn their head. Both receivers, a miscommunication there between the quarterback and receivers that almost turned into an interception there by Dougie. But now it looks like Wichita's rolling the punt team out, which is going to set Joplin up for some great field position. Looks like you're thinking on their side of the 50 at a minimum, if not better, depending on how the return goes, or pressure on the punter. Punting in semi-pro football is always scary.
Exactly.
So, I mean, heck, we don't even have a punter out there yet. So,
picking him right now, I think.
Yeah, I guess that guy drew the short straw, so he's up now.
I believe that's number 83 there for the Skyhawks, going to be handling the punting duties. Steven Spencer.
Shanked it. Shanked it. Man, shanked it.
And did not get a friendly bounce.
And Joplin picks it up.
That's Quinnell Johnson trying to make a couple moves. Ends up past the Skyhawks 20, going to be at around the 16-17, and the Crusaders get great starting field position here for the second drive, trying to push that lead to a 2-possession lead.
You're talking about if it could go wrong, it has went wrong for Wichita right here off the get-go. Man, that front seven is going to have to step up and do something now because they're in a bad situation and in a hurry. And if they go down 12, 13-0 this quick in the first quarter, who knows? It may get out of hand quick on them. And I don't think anybody wants to see that, maybe other than Joplin, but I want to see an exciting football game, and so hopefully things like that don't happen. I know you guys just don't want to hear me talk about random stuff all night anyway, so hopefully we can keep talking about the game.
Kendall Holmes going to have Elliott Hawkins to his right, 3 receivers out there to his right as well. Once again, Kendall Holmes going to pull it. This time the Skyhawks do wrap him up, and that is going to be a tackle for loss, going to make it 2nd and 11, 2nd and 12, I believe.
Yeah,
Kendall a little slow to get up there, Gary.
Yeah, that would be really bad for Joplin. I am unsure on who their backup quarterback is.
Joshua Park.
Joshua Park, maybe. I know early in the year they had a guy from Iowa State or something. I know he got hurt. I don't know if he's back healthy. If he is, maybe that's not as big of a deal as it is for a lot of teams that lose their quarterback. But I know he's not Kendall with his athleticism. They're probably going to be a lot different style of offense if he came into the game. So,
a nice tackle there from that outside contained man from the Skyhawks D, able to wrap up Elliott Hawkins at the ankles. And I think that was another loss of about 2 or 3.
Yeah, we got a 3rd and 6 up here now, and that front seven's answered the bell here. And so now you got a big 3rd down here. Interested to see how things work out because this is about from extra point range, so I don't know if Joplin's thinking field goal if they don't convert here. So this could be a big down.
Going to be a very big down. See if Kendall Holmes can make a little more magic happen. Skyhawks defense picking it up after the crazy opening play that ended up in an 80-yard touchdown for the Crusaders as Kendall drops back, going to let one go. Oh, in and out of the hands of number 3, Charles West. I bet Charles wishes he could have that one back because that was right in the breadbasket.
Yeah, here we go. You look at the replay. Kendall does a good job to catch that throw, getting the ball out quick. It's the right read. He still has pressure in his face, and he just drops it. Mr. West just drops it there. Did not do what he did on the first play of the game and outrun everybody. So we got a big 4th down here, and it looks like Joplin's going to leave the offense out on the field and go for it here on 4th and 16.
I figured it'd be a 4-down territory, but this is going to be tough. If they are able to get this first down, going to make it 1st and goal. And personally, I think this is going to be looking. You're going to be looking towards Tayshawn Curry on this one. Try and see if number 6 can make something happen.
That pressure. Look, all 4 down guys.
Kendall Holmes is a little fast. Still on his feet. Has one more man to miss. And there's Elliott Hawkins wide open. He makes the fingertip grab for the touchdown. My goodness, Elliott Hawkins.
Good night. Good night.
What are these first 2 touchdowns, Gary? My goodness.
Some more Joplin magic. Look at this replay. Kendall is dead to rights. There's 5 guys around him, and somehow he squirts out, throws the ball up, and big Elliott Hawkins. Don't say the man's not athletic, okay? He may be big, but he is athletic. What a play. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, Wichita's defense done everything right that series. Everything right. 4th and 16. You know, what more can they do except make one more tackle?
No doubt.
Just
4 or 5 jerseys going after him, basically off the snap. I mean, my goodness, Kendall Holmes, what a magician you are, son. Not this time, though. This time he is going to get – number 53 was not going to let Kendall Holmes escape on that 2-point. He was going to take him down if it was the last thing he did. But, folks, we got 10:36 left here in the first. Crusaders up 12-0 after 2 crazy They're 2 touchdowns to open us up, and we will be right back after the break. I'm Carter Randolph alongside Gary Joyce. This is Southern.
Nestled in the heart of Baxter Springs, Missouri, the Little Brick Inn stands as a testament to local charm and genuine hospitality. As a locally owned establishment, we take pride in offering a unique and cozy retreat for our guests. To reserve your room, visit littlebrickinn.com.
We are back, folks. After a little Kendall Holmes magic, the Crusaders find themselves up 2 possessions, but still plenty of time in this ball game. 10:36 left in the first. I just want to say thank you for joining us here on Southern Sports Network. You are in store for a good ball game. Let me tell you, it might be a little bit of a kind of a burner here from the Crusaders, but the Skyhawks, they still have plenty of oil in the tank.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of speechless, to be honest with you, with the last few big plays that Joplin's been able to make. Now with the little pooch kick, though, it's going to set Wichita up with some good field position. That was it was tricky there. Joplin looking for an extra possession. I think that, though, is an example of how much Joplin is worried about Wichita's offense. You know, they're willing to take the pooch kick early and try to steal a possession because they're not too concerned with, you know, Wichita moving the ball.
And so that was just kind of a modified onside kick in a way. I was a little bit confused there thinking, I mean, why would you even give them a chance here with decent field position? But I guess the Crusaders, like you said, wanted to steal position, and maybe they trust their defense here, thinking they can get a couple stops. So they're going to hand it off to number 3. Once again, he's going to get wrapped up behind the line for a tackle for loss.
Yeah, again, the front 7 for Joplin has shown up tonight to play so far, and Wichita wants to run the football. That's what they want to do, and Joplin knows that, and they got their ears pinned back, and they're getting to the football. So Looks like we're going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Looks like he didn't pick up anything on that first one, but Wichita's offense is predicated kind of like on that old school offense. We're going to run the ball and set up play action to take some shots and play great defense. That's kind of Wichita's game plan, what it's always been and what it still is. And it looks like that's what they're trying to do tonight. But
there's the
Joplin knows that. And right there it was. Yeah, there was the play action. And there's the interception. Man, a one-man route. It appeared anyway. I didn't see many other guys out en route. And it was just an ill-advised throw from Stewart. Let's look at the replay here. I mean, yeah, you had a couple guys. He just made a bad decision there. You had the curl underneath the vert route that was there. That's probably going to get you close to a first down if you complete it. Instead, he takes the risky shot, and man, Wichita just can't afford to do that right now.
No, it might be early, but they cannot afford to shoot themselves in the foot like that. I mean, if the Crusaders come down here and put another 6 up, it could get out of hand.
Now, we'll say this, though. Best field position in Wichita's perspective, defensively. Worst field position for Joplin. They've had the ball up around the 50 both times. So maybe the turn of field position will be what Wichita needs to get going. I don't know, but Kendall's magic has been hard to defend tonight. I'll tell you that much. So,
and like what you said after that last touchdown, man. I mean, they were one tackle away from getting a turnover on downs. As there's going to be a piece of laundry come out. I think that's going to be either a false start, going to bring them back 5. And I believe that's going to take them back to around the 11-yard line. So make it 1st and 15 here, Gary.
Yeah, and these are situations where ad-libbing, you got to be careful, right? Really close to the end zone, really close to a safety. You got to be smart back here. Now, obviously, tonight Kendall's been very smart in what he's done with the football. But, again, the pressure's been there. Looks like they're coming out in a little two-back stuff. Probably wanting to slow it down, run the ball a little bit would be my guess. But, man, it's going to be – just look at Wichita's front 7. Boy, them backers are tied in the box.
Kendall Holmes gets out the pocket, finds Tayshawn Curry in the middle of the field. That is going to get them back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a couple yards in front, make it 2nd and about 8.
Yeah, it was a little RPO-type play right there where Kendall was not sure if he really wanted to run it or throw it type. I don't know if a play action. I don't know what that was. I don't know if Kendall was just floating down there.
I think it was an RPO-type play for sure because they faked to Elliott and just had him roll out. And I think, like you said on the last drive with the Skyhawks, kind of a one-man route. It was only Tayshawn out there. It's either Kendall run to the outside or Tayshawn on that slant. Good play call because I think the Skyhawks kind of brought the house there.
Yeah.
Thinking they were going to just hand it off to Elliott. Kendall going to drop back. Plenty of time in the pocket. Tries to send it to Curry.
Overthrows it a little bit there. Brings up a big 3rd down here.
A little bit of an overthrow. Not a bad ball. It would have been only where his guy could catch it. Ends up falling incomplete. It was Ira Autry was there on the coverage. Definitely an experienced defensive back. A little bit of arena football experience for Ira.
So some indoor experience and been around a little bit and has played some football at a high level. Doesn't surprise me to see him in coverage in a man situation and down like that. Now 3rd down here, you expect to see Wichita's front 7 kind of pin them back. I guarantee you when they went over to the sideline, what they talked about was making for sure tackles, breaking down and making the for sure tackle. So I guarantee if they get to Kendall on this time, they're not going to let them go. Kendall did a great job getting the ball out quick right there, though.
Tayshawn Curry making a couple extra moves after the catch. He's still on his feet. And he's able to get it out to around the 47. Tayshawn Curry showing you why he's one of their best playmakers here in Joplin, Missouri.
Yeah, and great job by Kendall. You'll see on the replay here, getting the ball out quick. Okay, he knows the pressure's coming. He knows it. He's had it all night. So he does a great job of getting the ball out really quick and letting his playmakers go make plays. So good job on his part on that 3rd down there on being smart and what's going on. To get him a 1st and 10.
Kendall just a little bit too far for his receiver to make the catch. Probably number 11, Hilawa Williams, thinking he could have made that one. Did hit him in the hands, but it was a little bit out there.
Yeah. A little excited. They kind of went quick after the 1st down. I'm sure everybody's heart rate's still going a little bit, trying to get in that up-tempo rhythm. Sam likes to do that. Coach Sturgis likes to go quick after a big 1st down. And so they were a little little off kilter there a little bit. Kendall felt a little rushed.
And I've seen the Crusaders enough times, it shouldn't surprise me. But when Sam gets in this kind of pass-happy setup, it always surprises me. But Kendall Holmes has proven time and time again that he can do it, and that's got to be a flag right there. I mean, of course, Kendall kind of flopped with it, but 24, why are you running in like that?
Yeah,
I think it's 34, actually. Let me check on that.
Yeah, I think we got an offsides, illegal procedure on the defense, and then we got a unsportsmanlike there on the running into Kendall. And again, like you said, Kendall did a nice job with the flop, but that's experience.
I mean, everyone was looking at Kendall's direction right there. I mean, there was no way he was ever getting away with that. That was Samson Ginty doing a little bit of the extracurricular out there, number 34.
And he can't say he didn't hear the whistle. I heard the whistle up here in the booth. And the booth here at Missouri Southern's way up, so I know the guy down on the field heard it. So,
if he didn't, I think if number 34 didn't hear the whistle, I don't think Kendall Holmes would be moving right now, because he would have been going full force. You know what I mean?
So
Kendall Holmes is standing straight up, just waiting for it, basically.
Now the penalty mark-off is interesting. Did they hit 2 personal fouls on that? I just seen the one. Maybe I missed the other call by the white hat, but they got 30 yards in penalties, so there must have been 2 personal fouls for something. Maybe they hit them twice for something. I don't know.
Big momentum boost. It goes from the Crusader 47 to the Skyhawk 34. And they're going to try and give it to Elliott Hawkins, who, just because he's Elliott Hawkins, is able to get back to that line of scrimmage. Never mind, he did lose one, but should have been way worse, I think.
Yeah. If it wasn't Elliott Hawkins, that's a big loss. And he was able to move forward and at least fall forward and get close back to the line of scrimmage and only lose 1 or 2. Yeah. That's, as a coach, as an offensive guy, as an offensive lineman, you love a big back like Elliott. He's always going to finish runs going forward. And that's the stuff you like to see, get you excited. He's a big cat for sure.
I was about to say Kendall going to play a little receiver, but there he goes. He's going back to his spot.
Wouldn't surprise me the way this thing started.
He's definitely athletic enough. Kendall going to drop back, give it out quick to Tayshawn Curry out there on the far outside. And he's just going to run back in and run back to the sideline. He's wrapped up by 2 white jerseys, but still able to move the sticks. That's going to be another first down. And they're at the Skyhawk 18.
Unbelievable acceleration by Curry. I mean, you should never be able to catch the ball, get inside and back outside like that. With the corner does a great job of forcing them back inside the bodies. As a coach, that you always tell guys to do, force it back into where the bodies are coming from. He does, and then still gets outran. And so Wichita had to take a timeout after that one. So
Wichita wants to talk this over. This is Southern Sports Network. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Semipro Saturday is brought to you in part by 950 Ways Graphics. Professional graphics for players, coaches, and teams. Trust the pros at 950 Ways Graphics and look them up on Facebook at 950 Ways Graphics.
We are back. It's 12-0 Crusaders here. 6:55 left in the first. You're listening to Southern Sports Network. And we are about to get back underway as the Crusaders, after a big 30-yard penalty, which we saw the late hit. We were a little confused on the extra 15, but nonetheless, the Crusaders get it, and now they're in the red zone here.
Again, another thing where Wichita just hurts themselves. We talked about how they finally had good field position, and then they hurt themselves with 30 yards worth of penalties. Finally get Kendall on a sack. Finally doesn't pull out and make something happen there. And you see Kendall pointing at himself there. That's on him. I don't know what kind of magic he expected to happen on that one, but good job by the defensive line there on finally getting him down.
That was Kalando Henderson on the tackle, number 52. Big sack there for his Skyhawk team. And that's going to make it second and around 15, maybe 16. No, second and 15 for sure. Kind of going away from that fast pace, slowing it down a little bit, huddling it up, seeing if they can talk it out, see if they can go play by play. Elliot Hawkins out. They got Charles West in at running back right now. See motions out. They're going to take a shot to Curry again.
Got it.
Tayshawn Curry has
Got
the
it.
speed and the athleticism. He grabs it, and that's another 6. It's 18-0 here in Joplin.
They had the little pump and go on the little back out of the motion, fake the little now screen, throw over the top. Wichita was in good coverage, as we can see here on the replay. I mean, it's solid coverage. He just gets outran, and Curry makes the play on the ball. And give credit where credit is due. Kendall dropped it in a bucket.
Perfect throw, perfect catch, man.
It's hard to defend that stuff. And a defense that gave up 28 points all year has given up 18 in less than 10 minutes. So I think this is definitely a step up in competition for Wichita at this point in the season. You know, they faced the Bears, which they lost closely to. They only gave up 10 points to the Bears earlier in the year at Oklahoma City, which was big. They went to Tulsa and beat the Gators 28-0, shut the Gators out. First time that's ever happened. So you're thinking failed 2-point conversion there on a trick play.
Ira Autry read it like a book, almost grabbed it and took it for 2 real quick.
But you're thinking Wichita has done it, right? Like I said, lost 10-7 or 10-6 to Oklahoma City in Oklahoma City, beat the Gators 28-0 in Tulsa. You think coming into this game that they've been on that stage, you know, so it shouldn't matter. 2 big games, the 2 other best teams on their side of the bracket, if you will, other than Joplin, they went on the road with and competed, and now they come over here and they just look like not what we expected to see.
Exactly. Sluggish. It just seems like they're kind of just still trying to get their feet under them here in Joplin, but it could be too little too late. There's still 5 minutes left in the first, but if they give up another 6 and let it go unanswered, they could be in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I get the first 2 plays being kind of crazy.
Exactly.
And sometimes that happens, right? When you're going against somebody like Kendall, things like that are going to happen, but you got to shake that and move on quick. You still got a lot of football left. And, man, they haven't responded very well. But there's still a lot of time, so there's still a lot that could happen. You hope to see them do it, but we'll see. It looks like maybe.
Piece of laundry out there. Skyhawks return man was able to get it to around the 34, but we'll see if this is coming back a little bit. You got to think it's a hold of some sort.
Which, again, would just kill Wichita again with field position.
And I think I see a ref pointing towards the Crusaders. Nope, hold on the Skyhawks. Going to come back 10. So I believe it was at the 34. Mark that down at the 24 now. So we're going to take that back 10.
They have 5 officials today.
Yeah, big time.
Oh, no.
recruit.
They called a hold against the Crusaders. I don't
Well, then they're
I'm not sure how. They have a full crew today, which is great. They have five men, but I still maybe they don't know what they're doing here. A little confused on what the call is here.
Yeah, because
I'm not sure.
Against the Crusaders, they started moving the wrong way then.
Yeah, and I don't know how Joplin could have held as a kickoff team, but
It's called against.
there we go. Now we got it lined out, and here we go.
Was against the Skyhawks, going to take them back to that 24-yard line.
Again, though, giving up 10 yards of possession, 10 yards of possession unnecessarily when they need that. They need every yard they can get at this point offensively for sure, because they've struggled.
No doubt, Gary. And I got to say, if I'm the coach here, I got to tell my Skyhawks offense, we just need to put together a couple first downs. We don't need a touchdown. We just need to give our defense a break as 3 black jerseys just absolutely pounce on the Skyhawks running back, and he gets dropped, or actually gains a yard, going to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, you're looking. It's got to be one of those drives where we take some time off the clock. Mm-hmm. We try to get a first down or two to give my defense a breather, because they're good. I know it's kind of hard to see today. I mean, they've made plays. Kendall's just made bigger plays. Exactly. So it's not necessarily at their fault per se, but they've been out there an awful lot, and I guarantee you they want some time over there on the bench to get their wits back about them.
And that's a two-way sword. It gives this offense a little bit of a groove. Give your defense a little time to breathe and give yourself a little time to see what's working today.
Absolutely. So now we got a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5 here, which is 3rd manageable if you're Wichita, but Joplin knows it and goes with a sub package, probably bringing in a little bit of a nickel look here, knowing that Wichita is looking to throw the ball.
I definitely want guys that can move east to west here on this 3rd down.
Absolutely.
I got to think this is 4-down territory here for the Skyhawks. I know it's early.
It's getting close. I mean,
they might have got a free 5 as you see one of the O-linemen go tumbling down.
This is always the point finger back and forth game on who it is,
It's going to be the encroachment.
Got it on the defense. So now you're going to bring up a 3rd and 1, which we all know is much more manageable. And a team that wants to run the football, you feel a lot better about trying to get 1 yard on 3rd and 1 than you do on 3rd and 6.
And I haven't seen a whole lot of the Skyhawks. I've read up on them throughout the week trying to get ready for the game. But in this scenario, you got to think you got a guy like Javonte Stewart. I'm giving the ball to him and letting the running back just lead the way. I mean, if he can't get 2 for you, who can?
Yeah, he's an athletic quarterback.
And that's exactly what they do. Is he's going to get to the outside, get a little bit more than 2, I think.
Great call there, Carter.
Doesn't that just seem like the easy choice right there?
I'm thinking so. Yeah.
The biggest running back right beside him, and just lead the way.
Yeah, he's arguably their best athlete, and you can see here Joplin doesn't do a bad job of stacking it up in the box. And again, Stewart's athleticism, he bounces it out a hole and allows him to go get 4 or 5 to go ahead and pick up the first. The way they've been producing offensively, maybe the quarterback run is something they should go to a little more often at this point. I know he's your quarterback, and if he goes down, you may be in trouble, but you're in trouble right now anyway. You're down 18-0 in a game that if you lose, you're done. So maybe you got to take that risk at some point sooner than later.
No doubt. Definitely a guy you can't lose, but a guy you got to try and take advantage of because he is one of your better playmakers. And that time they try and hand it off, do a little inside zone, and it goes nowhere, I believe. They got about a half a yard right there, so a little bit of positive yardage. So we see the number 2 kicker walking up the steps here for the Crusaders. Big time, got a big-time boot on him. They're going to go bunch left here to the near side. And the ball's on the ground, Gary. I don't know who fell on it. I think the Skyhawks might have, but it looks like they're trying to fight for it right now.
Yep, they're back on it. Skyhawks back on it. Man, that's just
they're going to keep it with the white team here. The
3rd
white
and 12.
green team.
3rd and 11, 3rd and 12, not nearly as manageable as 3rd and 1. They're not a great football team at 3rd and 12. They're not made for that, as we've seen today.
It's hard for any team to be good when you're having to play from that far every time. I mean, that's why they say you need to have it 3rd and manageable, man.
Yep.
3rd and manageable.
Unless you got some dude like Kendall Holmes that can get a touchdown on 4th and 16.
Exactly. Dude, just break about 4 tackles for you. There you go, play action. Javonte looking down, but gets jumped on. Didn't have much time in the pocket. The Crusaders able to bring him down for the sack. That's number 26, I believe. Fernando Menace.
Here on the replay, you can see he had a guy, and he just held it to count. It was a good decision on his part. He had a guy. He pumped it and went ahead and held it. Sometimes it's better to live to fight another day. If he throws that ball, it's another unnecessary interception. Line up and punt. I know last punt wasn't very good, but who knows? Maybe he gets one off this time. It's a little bit better. But still, if you throw the pick with Joplin's athleticism on the back end defensively, they could very easily return that for a touchdown. So
No doubt.
but hey, they did close to what we talked about. They got a first down. They did run some time off the clock now. I mean, they got the ball around the 6-minute mark, and now we're about quarter change. So they at least ran some time off the clock and gave their defense a break, which is huge. Man.
Shanks it again, just not connecting with the ball right at all. He was lucky to get that 10 to 15 yards right there.
That was like a 12-yard punt.
I know, yeah. Just not hitting it right. He's the Skyhawks punter. But I will say it was better than the last one, so the Crusaders still got about 42 yards to go here, but they do have it in enemy territory.
Yeah, we know is what we found out, 90s, still too little for Joplin. Now, granted, that was 30 yards of free yards that Wichita gave them on that last possession. But, man, this is Joplin's 4th possession, and they've scored on all 3 other possessions. So Wichita's got to get a stop at some point tonight. Obviously, sooner than later. It's really getting to that point. And I know it's early, and I know it's just 3 touchdowns, but it's 3 touchdowns.
Oh, like you just said, there's a point to it all. I mean, if they give up more points here, I mean, it could very well be out of reach. And the ball's on the loose.
Great job by the defensive back on causing the fumble.
And they're lucky.
They got it.
And they got it back.
They got it right there.
Oh, my goodness. Play. What a big play there from the cornerback for the Skyhawks.
Man, he did a great job of attacking number 11 there, and he went straight for the ball and punched it out and put it on the ground. Man, that was big time. That was textbook. That was big. It's what they needed.
Exactly. A big-time play here for the Skyhawks at the end of quarter 1. It's 18-0. Crusaders on top. Carter Randolph alongside Gary Joyce. This is Southern Sports Network. We'll be back with quarter 2 right after this.
That's big time. That kid is smart.
Semipro Saturdays brought to you in part by 950 Ways Graphics. Professional graphics for players, coaches, and teams. Trust the pros at 950 Ways Graphics and look them up on Facebook at 950 Ways Graphics.
We are back here at Fred G. Hughes Stadium, home of the Lions of Missouri Southern State University. And a big play here in the CMFL right before the end of the first quarter. The Skyhawks with the big rip and tear as they get the ball back on the fumble recovery and get great field position with it, Gary.
Yeah, I mean, that was finally, finally something went their way. They needed it, as I was saying. I mean, I know it's early, but they're running out of time already. But, hey, right there.
And they give it right back. Braxton Reed able to grab the tip and take it back across the 50. And the Skyhawks rip it from the Crusaders, and the Crusaders rip it right back. And the Crusaders offense about to come back out on this field.
Look at this replay, man. The pressure on Stewart attacked his arm, put the ball up in the air, and hey, D-line's dream right there, get an interception. That was a great play call by their defense. They brought a third-level defender on a blitz, which you don't prepare for as an offensive lineman. I guarantee you their eyes aren't up looking for a third-level defender to blitz, and they did. And then the defensive lineman got to be the beneficiary of it.
And, Gary, I think that could be the biggest loss here for the Skyhawks team throughout the whole game so far.
Oh, yeah.
Not even the first 3 touchdowns. I mean, to get that fumble there at the end of that first quarter, then on the very next play, throw an interception, that's got to be deflating, man.
Right, yeah. I mean, you finally got some momentum, right? Defense finally goes over the sideline. It's like, all right, offense, it's about time. We got you finally. Let's go. And the offense goes right out there and turns it over. So, not good, not what they want to have happen for sure. But nevertheless, it's what happened. And now it looks like Joplin taking a timeout here to figure something out. I don't know what they need to talk about here. That things have been going pretty well for them. I don't know
If I was Sam Sturgis right now, I'd be looking at Elliot Hawkins being like, your time to shine, big man.
Yeah, we're going to get to running the ball here if I'm Joplin for sure, whoever it is. Whoever, whether it's Mr. West,
with the biggest lead possible. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
whether it's West or Elliott or Kendall, I know it's playoff again, same thing, but hey, don't be afraid to run them, right? You know, that's dance with the lady that got you here, and him running the ball was a big part of that. So don't just get away from it. If that's something that you planned on doing coming into this game, I still think you execute it. Maybe you don't do it so much in the fourth if you have the lead, but in the second quarter, the start of the second quarter, still early enough in the game that if that's part of your game plan, you still need to be executing it.
Exactly. Whatever you planned before in the practices prior to this game, you definitely got to be trying to put into reality here.
Yeah, I don't think
Saturday.
you change the game plan just because you got a couple touchdown lead right here. It's playoff football. Anything can happen.
Which, if we know Sam Sturgis, we know that baby likes to throw the football. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a freaking play action just hammer down the field right here. So they got the deuce set. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Elliot Hawkins to the right of Mr. Holmes. Holmes going to drop back. They are going to take that shot. Charles West is open. Kendall Holmes throws him out of bounds. That's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 there at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, DB did a good job there kind of squeezing West towards the boundary, not giving Kendall a lot of room to throw that ball. He would have had to make a great throw on that one, and it didn't happen, which can't happen all the time. So to be expected, no big deal. I like the shot on first down in this situation. After you stole the momentum back from them, they're probably going to be feeling down, so try to take the shot. I'm good with that. But now I'm going to turn around and hand it to Hawkins, the big butt, and we're going to see what's going to happen. We're going to lean on him a little bit.
So they're going to do a little speed option, and there he is, number 29. But you see the laundry go down on the midfield logo. Hawkins able to rumble and bumble his way for about 5 yards, though. Going to be 3rd and around 4 or 5.
Yeah, right in the area of a hold.
Yes, if it doesn't come back 10.
Yeah.
And yep, there's the sign going to be hold on the offense. It's going to be coming back 10.
Yep. Got to hold on one of those big ones. When bodies start moving lateral quickly, as an offensive lineman, things often go haywire. I'm telling you from experience.
Oh,
we start
doubt.
Reaching and grabbing, and again, Wichita's front 7 is not only good, they're athletic, which is what makes them good. And so that's going to happen sometimes. You're going to get some hands outside the frame and grab a hold of some bodies. And
you know what I'm about to say. There could be a hold on every play.
Absolutely.
Especially with boys this size. I mean, these are grown men going at each other. There's going to be a little hand fighting in there. There's going to be a little bit of grabbing, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Once again, going to that deuce set. Tayshawn and Charles West going to be on the bottom half of your screen here. And the Skyhawks are just packing that box.
They're just playing one safety high.
And they're lucky that flag came out. Kendall Holmes is, at least, because number 33, DeAnthony Andrews, was coming in hot on that one. He got around the edge quick, man, and I think he was going to just smack Kendall if that play didn't get called dead.
Yeah, Mr. Andrews is known to bring the heat off the edge and bring it hot and often. And so it's about time he shows up. Hey, what was it, 3rd, 2nd, and forever?
Yeah, another penalty there on the Crusaders. They're going to bring him back another 5, maybe 10.
2nd, 25 with a hold and then the false start. Now you got Joplin packing it in, which is typically when Kendall likes to run the football with the receivers reduced to splits. Kendall usually tries to take it to the edge. We'll see if that's the case here. We're throwing it.
Drop back has a crease.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
Able to just high step his way through 3 defenders, and that's going to get him the first down and a little bit more as he pushes it across the enemy's 35-yard line and moves the sticks along with it.
When you watch right here on the replay, the inside backer has him and then just misses.
It's bad tackling.
Just just falls. You got the defensive lineman reaching, but the inside backer drives on the tackle to make it in the hole, and he literally just falls, and Kendall just runs around him. So it's easy to make plays when guys are just falling in front of you.
Exactly. Which Kendall does have that effect on some people.
He does. But on that one,
but for a number 1 rated defense here in the CMFL, you expect a little more there from the Skyhawks.
Yeah. I think Turf Monster got him a little bit on that one.
Going to go trips to the near side. Kendall going to drop back once again. Fakes like he's moving up in the pocket and spins back out. And now he's just trying to survive, and he doesn't get slammed. And I'm worried about Kendall after that slam, and he looks a little banged up. Number 34 for the Skyhawks slammed the Crusaders quarterback pretty good.
Yeah, you see here on the replay.
That's Samson Ginty again with his second sack of the day.
He does a good job of keeping the pursuit on the backside because they know Kendall wants to try to roll back out, and he got there when Kendall tried to plant and come back. And, he slammed him down pretty hard there. I know Kendall's probably seen a few spots right there.
No doubt. And, man, I mean, we all love seeing Kendall make plays with his legs, but that's why they tell you you've got to throw it away sometimes.
Sometimes.
You've got to just live to fight another day, like you said.
Yeah. But you're 100% right, but the crap he's pulled tonight.
Exactly.
He feels like, Steph Curry and he can't miss, so
exactly.
I also don't blame him for still trying to make something happen up to this point.
No doubt. For him, all he needs is one more broken tackle, and he could be gone.
Yeah, and he's gotten it all night, so
they're going to motion Charles West and give him a little
jet sweep there, tackle for loss.
And that's DeAnthony once again with another big play. And he's able to get that tackle for loss. DeAnthony Andrews, big number 33.
That's big time. Get a tackle for loss on a jet sweep. I mean, he just got vertical now. That offensive tackle didn't have a chance, and Hades getting hands on him. And they're making a sub at tackle now. They got out big number 91, Big Jackson, I believe that is. And they put in number 56, which is a big, tall, long kid. Devin Woods, it looks like. 56 there. I don't think that's the same guy. That guy, I don't know. Well, according to the roster, it's Devin Woods. But this guy looks to be a little bit lighter than that.
I was about to say, one guy does not look like the others.
Yeah, he's a guy. He's a tall, athletic kid, and they're hoping he can block Andrews there on the edge.
He can block that edge off.
Yeah, and right there, pass protection did a great job of it.
But Kendall, his first bad throw of the game, and that's going to be intercepted by the Skyhawks, and it couldn't have come at a better time, Gary.
That's exactly. Again, Wichita has to have things like that happening to them over. I mean, they got to do it. Now, they can't go out here and throw it right back, though.
Exactly. They got to put something together themselves.
They're going to have to get some points on the board. But I will say this, though. The substitution on the offensive line in that situation, knowing that they were going to throw the ball, and Andrews causing as much havoc as he did, the substitution to put the 56 kid in at tackle was great because he did a great job on Andrews right there and allowed Kendall to make the throw. Wasn't a great throw, but nevertheless allowed us to make it, or allowed Joplin to make it. So 1st and 10 Wichita, though. Let's see at the 40, see if they can make something happen.
Devontae Stewart has not been able to get anything going on the ground or through the air, so let's see if he can make a little magic and just move his team into enemy territory. So I don't even think he's crossed the 50 yet here in the first half. The Skyhawks.
No. They haven't moved the ball. I think they got it one time on the other side.
First down, I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be a flag come out on that far 40 marker.
They don't have enough men on the line of scrimmage. All three receivers up top are off the ball. And that's just a focus penalty. I mean, they gotta know that stuff.
Exactly. That's day one football, honestly. But it's going to be a legal formation, going to bring him back, I believe, 10. 5. It's going to bring him back 5 on the illegal formation.
Yeah, bring up a 1st and 15. Just check to see if you're on. Like, it's not hard.
Mm-hmm.
You should be looking at the official every time anyway. Like, I don't know. That stuff's, as a former coach, things like that, man, they just run right through you.
Oh, eat away at you because you've, like I said, that's day one stuff. I mean, you go over where you're setting up on day one. You're supposed to be reading the playbook, figuring out where you're supposed to be.
And then just football 101. These guys have been playing football long enough. They know there's a guy up there that's got to be on the line.
And that's why I played defense, so I didn't have to worry about that stuff, you know.
There we go.
There's a big play, a nice run. Lose 5 and gain about 10 back, so it's going to be second and around 3 here. Second, very manageable.
Nice run off the edge there. Good job by the O-line from Wichita. Kind of sealed the edge, and you did a good job there.
Yeah, first big play, probably their longest play of the day, run or pass.
Without question. I'll see if they can line up on the ball again.
They're going to go same formation here.
Got trips up top. Joplin bringing some heat.
The ball's out, and I don't think he was on the ground. They're going to call him on the ground, but that was close, Gary.
Very close. Too close. If you're Wichita, too close.
Yeah, don't need another big fumble to just kill all your momentum.
He's put the ball on the ground a few too many times already. No yardage gain, no yardage loss. So we were at third and
3 here.
Third and 3 here. A manageable third down, though, which is something Wichita hasn't had a lot of tonight.
And you know they're going for it on fourth down. So
you have to at midfield. At this time in the game, 8 minutes in the second quarter, down by 3 scores, I think you have to go for it at midfield, especially with their lack of punting.
Exactly. And I see a little bit of a crease here on this left side, but that's going to be a
there we go
free play.
They got the free 5.
Going to give them the first down anyway.
Yep.
We are just at that 8-minute mark here in the second quarter. Still plenty of time for the Skyhawks to make some magic happen and get back into this thing. Sam's pointing like it's on the Skyhawks.
It's got to be.
That's what I was wondering. Did the quarterback get it off in time to invoke?
Well, here's the deal, though. If the offensive lineman moved because of the defensive lineman's movement, whether he got back or not, it's offsides defense.
Okay. So this should be, there you go.
Correct.
You go. Okay, cool.
Which the offensive lineman reacted as we see him getting his kick and point right away. He knew he was going to get the 5.
And that's what I was thinking, because I know you've seen those videos of some guy jumping in, touching his shoulder, and that center just absolutely just flopping on his back. Like,
Yeah. They're just trying to get that free 5.
22 going to go in motion. They're going to hand it off to number 3 again. He just lowers the shoulder. Love that run. Yeah, I love that run. Just kept moving his feet along, and he was able to push his way for about 5.
This is a little more typical of a Wichita drive from I've seen them in the past this year. You know, kind of a 4 or 5 yard, 3 yard out of clip type play, slow pace, kind of just get after them a little bit. They kind of got the tight end or H in the game here. He's lining up as an inline tight end now. Create that extra gap, allow you to run the ball a little bit better.
Hand it off to number 3 again, and this time he gets his ankles touched early and just kind of slows all his momentum, and then the linebackers come in to finish everything off as I think he lost a yard there.
Yeah, you had an offensive lineman there decide that he wanted to take a play off.
Oh, I know. It looked like he was pushed back all the way to where the quarterback was.
Yeah,
by the time he handed it off.
I think he was thinking of a McDonald's, a McDouble, that snap.
Sounds like Rory McIlroy at the British Open. He was thinking of vacation there Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about playing the football.
Wasn't thinking about the here now. Classic 4-2-5 setup from the Crusaders defense.
Play action.
And he has a man
on the post.
And I don't know what that safety was doing from the Crusaders. I think he might have just ran underneath it too much, because I thought he was going to jump for the ball there.
Yeah, I know looked like some finger pointing and conversating there on the back end between a couple of Joplin defensive backs. I don't know if there was a miscommunication. You can see here on the replay, the safety's working over the top. Yeah, and that corner squeezing it. I just think the corner just didn't make a play on it.
That's what I'm thinking. I think he gave up on it a little too quick, but nevertheless, Skyhawks on the board. And that's exactly what they needed here with 6:30 left in the second. It's 18-6. Crusaders still on top.
Yeah, it's a big drive for Wichita. They're able to take some time off the clock, run the football a little bit, hit a play which set up the play action. So they're able to take the shot over the top because they were effectively to run the ball and hit the play action, which was huge for them. So now we're going for the daunted semi-pro extra point from NFL range.
Gavin Armstrong, the kicker, he has enough.
Got it good. Got it through there.
Through the middle, and that could be a difference maker here for the Skyhawks team. If he can get a couple field goals here in the second half, maybe here in the first half, this ball game could be close by the time we get to crunch time. 18-7, Crusaders on top. You're listening to Southern Sports Network. 6:34 left in this one.
Since 1941, the Dickey's family has been smoking the very best quality meats, low and slow, for 14 hours every day. It's how Mr. Dickey did it, and it's how we still do it in every Dickey's restaurant across America. Lunchtime, dinner time, anytime. Eat in, pick up, or heck, we'll even deliver to you. There is no shortcut to what we do. Come in and see us or visit Dickeys.com. Legit Texas barbecue.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you to Dickey's Barbecue Pick, located in Rogers and Fayetteville. Make sure to go check it out. Great barbecue at any time. As the Skyhawks looking to kick this one underway. It's 18-7. They were able to answer back, and that's a pretty good kick. Tayshawn Curry has to let it bounce and pick it back up. But we all know Tayshawn Curry can make some magic happen as he tries to go for the hurdle right as I say that. Ends up getting dropped down at the 25. As this Joplin team comes back out. And Kendall Holmes kind of gave the Skyhawks that chance, throwing kind of a lazy deep ball, ends up getting intercepted, and then 3-4 plays later, Skyhawks take it to the crib.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of, on both sides of the ball, honestly. It was a lazy throw by Kendall to throw the interception, and then the touchdown catch looked a little lazy from the DB on kind of letting the catch happen. So I don't know if there's been a little glimpse in focus from Joplin and getting in that cruise mode a little bit, or if what. But I'm telling you now, Wichita's good enough in this playoff football. You can't afford to have those. So you better focus back up if that's the case.
And if the Crusaders were taking plays off, I bet after that touchdown they've picked the intensity back up, because they definitely want to get that 3-possession lead back.
Absolutely.
And we'll see as they go to a split set. Elliott Hawkins and Charles West by Kendall Holmes. Kendall Holmes has to save the snap. Almost gets sacked, but ends up spinning out of it. He ends up finding his receiver for a nice 4-yard gain.
We got a flag on the ground again in that area of a hold.
Exactly right. That is exactly where that piece of laundry is, and I think this one's going to be coming back 10 once again. And you can see these Crusader teams talking about it. They're kind of chatting with each other, not too happy. And you'd think all the momentum would be on this Crusader team, but right now the Skyhawks seem to have a little bit of a groove going.
Yeah, that Wichita front four especially has got them dialed up and really pulling their ears back and going and getting them. And it's causing some problems up front for Joplin in the pass protection game, and causing them to get a little sloppy and getting hands outside their framework and generating some of these holding penalties. So Wichita's front seven is finally doing what we've seen them do early in the game, except actually make plays here and make some tackles as opposed to miss them. So if they can keep doing that, it'll make for the game that we hoped for.
No doubt showing the fans right now why they are the number one defense here in the CMFL as they try and make this 2nd and long here. As Kendall drops back, pump fakes, tries to find Tayshawn, and would have been a nice one-handed catch, but just a little bit too far outside. Ends up being incomplete, going to make it 2nd and 20. And after such a slow start in the first quarter, the Skyhawks are picking it up. And guys like Ira Autry and DeAnthony Andrews really picking it up here and really trying to put the team back into a good place.
Yeah, Joplin taking a timeout here. I think Sam's getting a little frustrated with their lackadaisical attitude, so he's going to try to set some things right here real quick. So don't blame him. I think it's a good timeout as a coach.
6:01 left. So we're going to take a quick break, folks. This is Southern Sports Network. We'll be right back.
For the taste of friends, family, and backyard barbecues,
Bentonville Brewing Company. Family owned, family operated, family friendly. Pick up a 6-pack of your favorite IPA, porter, sours, or any one of the delicious flavors Bentonville Brewing has to offer. Or enjoy a cold one on tap at your favorite restaurant. Bentonville Brewing Company. Quality, consistency, assume your natural state. Bentonville Brewing Company, Bentonville, Arkansas.
We are back here at Fred G. Hughes Stadium. Joplin second and very long. As that holding penalty on the first play has really killed the drive here. So they're trying to make something happen. Kendall Holmes trying to make a little more magic happen. So Kendall Holmes going to drop back. A lot of time in the pocket. Has to break out. Ends up getting wrapped up from behind. Going to be another sack. Scott, I think that ball was on the ground too.
Yeah, it came out and looked like Joplin picked it back up, but Wichita ended that quick too. And Wichita's doing a great job right now up front and getting after that Joplin's offensive line a little bit. And on the back end, Wichita's back end is doing enough to cloudy things up for Kendall enough to where he's not seeing what he likes, so he's having to hold the football account longer, and it's allowing the pressure to get there and actually make the tackle and get them down. So, again, Wichita's defense is finally playing as we expected them to coming into it.
It's third and very long here. But knowing the Crusaders, they will go for it. They won't just run it. They will try and pick up this 20 yards.
As they've done it.
Exactly, as they've done it. I think twice this game already. Kendall Holmes throws a rook it to Tayshawn Curry. He's able to make a couple guys miss, but unable.
Got another penalty back there. Looks like we're going to have another hold. Going to have another hold.
And after, in my opinion, the Crusaders the past 3 games have been really good about limiting their penalties. And it seems like they've all just come back at once here in the second quarter, here in the first round of the playoffs. Because what is that, the 4th penalty after out of 7 plays?
Yeah. They just, they made the substitution, putting 56 in, but then it looks like they made a couple other substitutions, and I don't know if those are the guilty parties or not. But nevertheless, it's hurting them. So now you got a 3rd and 25. 3rd and 30 from your own 5, which is not where you want to be.
Now you're just playing to try and not give up 2 points.
Yeah, and the way Wichita's defensive line's been getting after it, you better watch out. I would be fine just handing the ball to Mr. Elliott right here and getting what I can get and getting myself some room.
I think you're a mind reader because I was thinking the same exact thing. This has 29 written all over it. And what do we know, Gary? He's going to drop back, has to spin out of a sack. Plenty of room, though. He just needs to get rid of it, not even play these games.
Yep.
And he holds on to it too long, and that's going to make this punt really interesting, Gary. This punter is not going to have a lot of room there in the back of that end zone.
Yeah, no, he went down at the 3-yard line, so now, your punter's going to have 12 yards max. And he's got to be careful. A lot of bad things can happen right here. A lot of bad things. Now, obviously, if you're Wichita, you got to be smart, right? You don't want any roughing the kicker calls or anything like that to change the situation. You want to make sure the ball gets off clean. And if you're going to block it, block the ball, not the leg. There we go. That forced Joplin to take another timeout.
Sam and the Joplin Crusaders want to talk about it real quick. Just make sure they got everyone lined up in the right spot. Make sure they're all covered. But 3:28 left here in the second quarter. It's 18-7. Crusaders still on top. This is Southern Sports Network. See you here in a bit.
Semipro Saturday is brought to you in part by 950 Ways Graphics. Professional graphics for players, coaches, and teams. Trust the pros at 950 Ways Graphics and look them up on Facebook at 950 Ways Graphics.
We are back here as they tried to get the punt off, and then every referee we got here threw a flag, so we're about to find out what it was for. And I don't know how much farther the Crusaders can move back, honestly, if it's against Joplin. I mean, they are on the 1 or 2 yard line.
Yeah, half the distance, so a yard. But again, gets a little bit tighter for the punter.
Mm-hmm.
Each time it moves back a half a yard or a yard. So I'm willing to bet that Wichita is going to come after this a little bit and try to get some heat on this punter, which I don't blame them.
I wanted to say that the first time there was a punt within the 10 earlier on in that first quarter. I mean, if they're ever that close to the end zone, I'm bringing pressure. I'm making it as hard as possible on that punter. See, they bring 4, and there's plenty of room, and he's going to run outside. They fake it. This could be crazy. Sam Sturgis, what a play call.
Way short.
Way short. Still had 10 more yards to go, but, I mean, they'll take it. I mean, wasn't a punt, but they still ended up giving themselves a little bit of breathing room here as they pushed it out towards the 25 as we checked that one back.
Replay, he wasn't far from it. It was a gutsy call. I see what the punter was seeing. Mm-hmm. I get it. He would have been better just to pull it down because he did have pressure. Pull it down, reset, and go ahead and punt. I think they come out ahead on that. Mm-hmm. If he does, go ahead and kick the ball.
You think that was called?
No, I think that punter's seen it on the edge. And just
I thought I
went.
Saw the same thing. That guy was coming around the corner pretty hot.
Yeah, and but again, instead of resetting his feet and kicking, like most true punters would have done, maybe he's not like an actual punter. He's just an athlete back there and decided to gamble on his athleticism, not realizing that he had 40 yards to go. But nevertheless, it wasn't too bad. A job by Wichita to come up in a force and make it happen.
As you see, we've now gone to the 30-minute quarters.
Looks like they're trying to get 3:11 on the clock.
Yeah,
there we go.
Clock fixture here as they get it to 3:11. Added 30 seconds here for the Skyhawks, which could be a crucial 30 seconds.
Big right here. If Wichita's able to get on the board before half, and it's an 18-14 ball game, it makes second half a whole lot different.
So they're going to do a little play action. And underthrown. Never gave his receiver a chance. They're going to still stay at 2nd and 10 on the 26. Had time there, just pressured it, kind of held on to it, probably a little too tightly, trying to really zip that one in there. It ends up spiking it into the ground. And I'm still waiting on a Javonte Stewart QB run again.
Yeah,
we've seen it worked for an easy 4-5, and they just haven't ever gone back to it. But like you also said, you definitely don't want number 2 getting hurt. That's the last thing you want.
No, you don't. But again, you got to win the game.
Exactly. It's here and now. You don't get it tomorrow here in the playoffs.
So it's the most important thing is to get the win. And so if you gotta run him, you gotta run him. And he's a good enough athlete that he can take care of himself. He knows the situation. He knows if he's the guy. You know what I mean? He knows. So you would hope that he takes care of himself if he does run the ball and not put himself in a bad situation. But we'll see, We'll see.
You got a trips to the bottom of your screen here. One receiver on top. Number 3's still at running back here for the Skyhawks. As here we go. Javonte Stewart going to pull it.
There we go. Yeah, got a nice little run there. Got 4 yards. Bring up 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, yeah.
What I'm assuming is 4-down territory. Make it 3rd and manageable here. But one thing I will say is they needed to pick up the pace a little bit. Not much time left on that clock.
They have the 2-minute warning. They have a timeout or 2. They still have 2 timeouts remaining with the 2-minute warning. Plus, here's what you say, 4-down territory. They actually have a kicker, so they may take the 3 and down by 8. That's still a 1-possession game.
And the Skyhawks do get ball after halftime.
Correct. So there's a lot of coaching that's going to happen right here in this last couple of seconds.
Got the Crusaders to jump. Another O-line moved.
Oh, right there. Oh,
whoa! Would have been an insane interception. And number 17 knows it.
Unbelievable.
That ball was just hanging in that dude's hand for about 3 seconds before it fell to the turf.
Let's just replay it, man. This is almost sent to ESPN Top 10. Oh, man.
Oh, that would have been sweet. Number 17 almost had the pick of the year.
Skyhawks take a timeout here. What are they doing? Are they talking to, hey, to get sure that they got the right personnel to kick the field goal, or are they talking about going for it on fourth? Carter, what are you going to do here?
I think
You're the
you
coach.
said
What do
it
you do?
perfect. I mean, we have a kicker, and I don't know what his range is necessarily, but if this is within his range, I'm taking the points at all, at whatever chance, at whatever possibility I can get it, you know.
Yeah, I think so, too, the way their defense has started playing and Joplin's offense hasn't been playing.
Mm-hmm.
I think you take the points here if you can, obviously, and then play defense for the last 2 minutes of the half and hope you can go in at halftime 18-10, which is a one-possession game. Now, if you go for it, though, and you get it, well, then you're really the man.
Oh, then you're really in a good position, no doubt. And that's if the Skyhawks had been consistently getting 4 to 5 yards, you know, throw or pass, not every play, but, you know, pretty consistently. I mean, then I tell them to go for it, which it looks like it might be out of that kicker's range because they're going to go for this 4th and 6
They're lining up
here.
going for it. So we'll see.
Going to motion 83 back in.
Sprint out. I like the call. Oh, yes.
And he has a guy wide open.
Great play call. Great execution. That's going to take him to the 2-minute warning right there. They say stop the clock out of bounds.
Yep, saying he stepped out, and there goes the clock.
It was a great job. Great job on the sprint out. It was fantastic. There we go. 2-minute warning there. Good job. Big play by Wichita right there. Big play.
Good play call, and you got to think that's one of the plays from the well right there, when they practiced since day one and just went to it, knowing that everyone knew where they were supposed to be. But 18-17 Crusaders still on top. Just got to the 2-minute warning. We'll be right back after this break, folks.
Nestled in the heart of Baxter Springs, Missouri, the Little Brick Inn stands as a testament to local charm and genuine hospitality. As a locally owned establishment, we take pride in offering a unique and cozy retreat for our guests. To reserve your room, visit littlebrickinn.com.
My story isn't that different from a lot of people that grew up in a small town. My dream was always to play baseball, but as a kid, it's hard to prove yourself when you're so far away from the big leagues. When no one else thought I was good enough, our community did. From family to friends, coaches, and local businesses, my community.
After the big 4th down conversion by the Skyhawks, they get the ball on the 10-yard line. It is 1st and goal here. And that's going to be 1st and goal at the 5 now, as I believe that's going to be encroachment.
Yeah, we got the side judge saying defense. You got the back judge here wanting to talk. I don't know if you've seen something fishy. I don't know, but definitely I believe that's a defensive offsides encroachment call. See what the officials are going to go with. Oh, he was going to talk to the other side judge. Guys, come on, man. Is it that hard? The side judge down here said defense. It's defense.
You need to go talk it over with one more guy. There we go. Encroachment on the defense. Going to move him up 5, and that couldn't have been a better
That was a great
mistake.
play call. Great play call by Wichita. I mean, that's just as good as running the ball.
Oh, 1st and goal, and now you get on the 5-yard line. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better situation. You got a guy like Javonte Stewart, number 2. But I will say I noticed that number 3, the usual running back, is not in. They've rotated him out, and I can't see a number. I give you a name for that new running back. Number 22 is Javonte going to drop back, tries to flip it over, and throws an interception. What a bad decision by the quarterback for the Skyhawks. And this could go all the way, and he's going to go untouched. It's number 5, Quinnell Johnson with the 100-yard pick 6. And what a play before halftime, Gary. My goodness.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I mean, just not something you can do as the Skyhawks quarterback right there. Javonte
Here
wishes
on the replay,
he could have that one back.
Oh, yeah, you see him right here finishing up the run down the sideline. But, man, it's okay to live to fight another day in that situation. You're you're at the 5. It's okay. It's okay. It's 1st down. Throw it out of the back of the end zone.
Oh, my God.
Go down. It's okay. Don't just throw it up on a whim and a prayer. Man, like that. That may have been the dagger.
That might be a play we come back and talk about again. There's a big moment in this one because that would have made it. I mean, 1st and goal, had 3 more chances of getting 6, but instead you give the opposing team 6 to make it a 3-possession ball game again. Crusaders up 24-7, just under 1:30 as they try and convert this two-point attempt here.
Yeah. Oh, man,
And you can just see the deflatedness over there on that Skyhawks bench, on that Skyhawks sideline. It's just a direct snap to Elliott Hawkins, and who wants to get in front of that train? Not me, let me tell you.
Yeah, no. And the defense, I'm sure, is angry.
No doubt.
Because they've played fairly well. You can see here on the replay, they just said, fine, get the 2-point. Whatever. They're kind of dejected because they played a big role in putting them in that situation for the offense to be in that situation by getting, Joplin backed up 4th and 35 from the 2-yard line, and to give them the good field position and stuff, and then the offense, throws the pick here as we're seeing on the replay for the touchdown. Just, man.
Quinnell Johnson with the definition of breakaway speed there. I mean, just separated himself once he got to that 50.
There was no catching him. Yeah. He had a couple big bodies trying early, and after he got past them, it was gone.
But, I'm sure his eyes lit up like a Christmas tree when he saw that ball floating. I mean, and Devontae Stewart, what were you thinking there?
Another thing, on those interceptions, the coach, as soon as that happens, you always look back for a penalty. So good job on all those other guys for not making unnecessary blocks and letting them get the touchdown. But dag nabbit, man, that just tough as a Wichita fan. If you're a Wichita fan, that's a tough one.
That one hurts a little bit more than the others. They still got 1:25, a little bit of time, but instead of 5 yards, they got about 85 yards to go. So let's see, number 13, Ira Autry, trying to make a couple moves, getting to the outside, jumps over a guy, gets it to the 40. Not a bad return at all there from number 13 for the Skyhawks.
Nope, set them up in decent position here with 1:13 to go. And, again, they get the ball after half. So if there's some way that they can get a touchdown here before half and get the ball, then you're talking about a one-possession game again. But, I mean, we're talking about a lot's got to happen in a short period of time. And based off what we've seen to this point, I don't know that that's something we're going to see.
I mean, most offenses aren't made to play down 19 points, but this Skyhawks team definitely isn't made to play down 19 points. They are a run first, pass second type team.
Yeah.
So it is going to take a little bit of magic to get into this one. But with a defense like they have and a player like Devontae Stewart, I mean, I definitely can see them getting back into this. And Ira Autry. I mean, he plays both ways, and he's a stud on both sides for sure.
Yeah. They go back here to the boot that they had for the big first down.
He's looking at the post deep. He overthrows him. Just a little combustion there. I think number 7 would have came down with another interception.
And we got a flag come out. I think it's going to be
a little extracurricular.
Yeah. A little bit on. I don't know who they're actually going to call out on. It could be on either one of them or on both of them.
I'm sure there's a little pushing and shoving on both sides. They'll probably call a personal on both sides and just cancel them out. But we'll see.
A couple linemen getting after it.
Something we have come to expect here once or twice a game. I mean, these boys come ready to play, and they come intense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's going to happen. Oh, looks like you got 2 on Joplin, and he's ejected.
Wow.
No ejection, no injection. No ejection.
Just letting him.
No injection.
Sam just making him take a couple plays off. Not a bad idea with just under a minute left here in the second quarter. Just let him take that anger into halftime.
But again, big 15-yard penalty. That gives, Wichita their ball on their side of the field.
Breathes life into this Wichita team, no doubt.
A little bit, yeah. Get the play call and get going here.
This is the farthest back huddle I've ever seen from an offense. They are literally 30 yards back there. As you can see, the long walk up to the ball.
They want to make sure nobody heard the play call.
Exactly. Someone was peeping their head in.
Yeah.
Going with a bunch set here. Never mind. bunch on the top side, and then they're going to spread them out here on the bottom side. Kind of a deuce stack set. Javante just never looked comfortable back there in the pocket. His feet were kind of hopping around, and he just kind of, I think, was just pressured to get rid of that one a little faster than he wanted to.
Yeah, short-armed it a bit and rushed his throw. He hasn't looked real great throwing the ball today. I mean, his completions that he's had when moving have been really great. Like the fourth down conversion was a great job. I think for him to have more success throwing the ball, in my opinion, they need to move him out of the pocket a little bit more and sprint him out, boot him, do those types of things. Plus, that kind of always gives him a run pass option as a quarterback. To have that.
Oh, and that's one that needs to get caught. Number 83 hits him in the hands, and he lets it fall to the turf. That's going to make it 3rd down and 10 here.
Yeah, that's get you a first down plus right there. Instead, it's got to get you back to the drawing board.
Steven Spencer let that one hit the turf. The punter/receiver here for this Wichita Skyhawks team.
Looks like Tyrone Johnson subbing in on defense a little bit here. Playing a little bit of outside backer. I've coached Tyrone a lot. He's played a little bit of everything for me. A little bit of receiver, a little bit of DB, a little bit of linebacker. Doesn't surprise me he's playing a little outside backer here for them.
That's just a Swiss Army knife, huh?
It is. He can do a little bit of everything.
Javante Stewart tried to get out of the pocket, but it ends up getting wrapped up and gets sacked by the Crusaders. I'm looking for the number. I believe that was number 28. Yes, it was Manukufoa Pinatani with the sack. Big 10-yard, 12-yard loss there. Going to make it 4th down and around 22.
Great job of wrapping up and making the for sure tackle. It looks like Wichita may just let this thing go to half here.
Not even give this punt return a chance here.
Yeah, I think Joplin's out of timeouts, so Wichita's just going to let it run till half and regroup and see what they can do. Hopefully they got some more left in the tank because, man, as you can see, they're able to play with them at times.
Yeah, a little bit of everything here in this first half. Joplin came out with a quick 18-0 lead after quarter 1, but the Skyhawks tried to fight back into it, had an 18-7 at one point, knocking on the door, making it 18-14, but a big pick six ends up making it 26-7, and the Crusaders have a commanding lead here right before halftime. This is Southern Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Since 1941, the Dickey's family has been smoking the very best quality meats, low and slow, for 14 hours every day. It's how Mr. Dickey did it, and it's how we still do it in every Dickey's restaurant across America. Lunchtime, dinner time, anytime. Eat in, pick up, or heck, we'll even deliver to you. There is no shortcut to what we do. Come in and see us or visit Dickeys.com. Legit Texas barbecue.
We are a community of athletes that celebrate success and development while having fun and being safe.
We do a pretty rigorous testing to all of our athletes to track progress as we go.
Our athletes are 10% faster, 179% stronger. They jump 4 inches higher on average. They're 8% more agile and 9% quicker.
You can come in, get extremely high quality training, accelerate your athletic abilities.
Head on over to prodaysports.com.
Come try, see if you enjoy it. For $1, it's worth it.
A tradition of educational excellence, more than a century in the making, continues in Broken Arrow. Here, supportive faculty, in-demand undergraduate and graduate degrees, and affordable tuition make Northeastern State University your transfer destination. Finish what you started.
Located in downtown Prairie Grove, Prairie Grove Auto and Farm Supply has been serving the community since 1983. They carry a large selection of inventory to keep your automobiles and farm equipment running smoothly year after year. As a local, family-owned auto parts store, they are thankful to this community for 40 great years and look forward to serving you for 40 more. Go Tigers!
My story isn't that different from a lot of people that grew up in a small town. My dream was always to play baseball, but as a kid, it's hard to prove yourself when you're so far away from the big leagues. When no one else thought I was good enough, our community did. From family to friends, coaches, and local businesses, my community built me into the player that I am today. And I'm just getting started. When you have the support of a community, anything is possible. First Community Bank, where community comes first.
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong connected communities and sponsor local events. Realty Mart USA, supporting our communities, supporting our future.
I can feel the warmth deep down in my bones. I know that I am home. I miss him too. Love brings us here. Together's where we all belong. You're my home. My home.
The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed and lifelong relationships are made, where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
With the taste of friends, family, and backyard barbecues, Bentonville Brewing Company. Family owned, family operated, family friendly. Pick up a 6-pack of your favorite IPA, porter, sours, or any one of the delicious flavors Bentonville Brewing has to offer. Or enjoy a cold one on tap at your favorite restaurant. Bentonville Brewing Company. Quality, consistency, assume your natural state. Bentonville Brewing Company, Bentonville, Arkansas.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes now. Spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going through changes, ripping out pages. I'm going through changes now.
Some might say I'm an ideas guy. I'd like to think of myself more as a doer. I like to make things happen, both for myself and for the people my businesses serve. Signature Bank has been crucial in that for me, from starting my moving businesses to expanding into mobile minis, all the way to our current office and warehouse space. Signature has advised and supported me every step of the way.
I can feel the warmth deep down in my bones. I know that I am home. I miss him too.
College of Education at Northeastern State University prepares educators, mental health providers, and fitness or health professionals with undergraduate and graduate programs. Choose from degrees in elementary, secondary education, special education, health and human performance, psychology, and more. Be ready from day one at Northeastern State University.
Hi, my name is Michaela.
We are computer science pros, chemists and lab technicians, health professionals, mathematicians, and science educators. We are the Greg Wadley College of Science and Health Professions at Northeastern State University. Choose from degrees in natural sciences, health and pre-health professions, mathematics and computer science, and more. Discover the possibilities at Northeastern State University.
Mowing your yard just got easier. TNG Power Equipment has the best Ferris mowers to get the job done, including the all-new 60-inch redesigned deck that mows up to 11 miles per hour in tall or wet conditions. And for smaller lawns, our Ferris 300S starts at just $39.99. And right now, save up to $1,000 on select Ferris models. Commercial grade to last a lifetime. TNG Power Equipment has Ferris mowers to tackle your projects.